So, yeah.
You should have a broadcast thing on your name. So I'm thinking, okay, now you start streaming. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Now you go.
Took us a while, but we're here. Just in time for the end of Q1. For,
Yes, just in time. Just in time.
yep, so we're at Silverstone, obviously. And we have currently Conte Crap, who retired without setting a time. Do you know if he crashed, Dougie? Or...
I have not checked actually. I wasn't in. Yeah, but I was literally like checking out settings as well for my setting, but I haven't seen the times. But at the moment, walkway is fastest for 26.6 with Zach Wright in the ANP2, 26.9. Yeah, it's a bit of a delay start, but I think we can say it. But welcome. Did we do an intro before we cut out?
We did. I don't know if it's. I don't know if we got it properly. So.
Don't know if we got it. But if we didn't yet, I'll say it again. But welcome to the DRS. For round 14 of the British Grand Prix. I'm Doggy Falcons, and I should have been racing here earlier, but as ever, I overslept. So, we're here, and we're only at the end of Q1. The 5 drivers that potentially could get knocked out at the moment is Smeg, Reedy, James, Can't Do Crap, and XJ Schmidt. XJ Schmidt yet to do a set time. Can't Do Crap is out of qualifying, as we mentioned, and is currently in 19th, but once Schmidt finishes time, he'll finish start last. Schmidt does finish his time, and he goes up to P5. So at the moment, the bottom 5 is Lunacy, Smeg, Reedy, James, and obviously Can't Do Crap.
So we have James, I believe he's on a lap. Just started his lap. Reedy is also on a lap. I don't think he's... Oh, he matched his second sector time. And Lunacy has also matched his first sector time as well. So, they need to find around 7/10 to get at least in front of Butthard.
Yeah, at the moment it's literally just Butthard on the cusp at the moment, as he is about to start his lap as well, I believe, or he's finishing it.
I think he's just starting, maybe? I'm not sure.
He's starting. I don't know where this came up, but I think he is...
Lunacy's 6/10 up.
Yes, he is 6/10 up, and he goes up to P9, no, P8 for that actually.
P8,
so, yes. Lunacy. P8, is that kind of retiring?
Yes.
It's a bit of a weird one. Why did Zachary retire but dropped into 15? Or
I think he may
unknown reason.
Did he crash? I think he may have crashed.
No, he just retired. I think it just dropped him to 15th. If I assume that's right, that's a bit weird. Why would they do that? James has spun exit, so pilot car. This one is just Butthard, Smeg, really seeing if they can improve.
So we've heard news of Conte Crap binning it on his outlap, and I've unmuted him. See if he wants to talk about it. If he's on. If he's there. I'm not sure if he is. But
yes, hello.
There he is.
So, I'm here.
Can't do crap.
Would you like me to explain what happened?
We'll just say Butthard is out. James is out. So yeah. Explain. Qualifying 1 is done.
Right, so I was just leaving on my outlap, just going around, normal speed. Decided to push it a bit through Maggots and Beckett's and just lost it on the curb and straight into the wall.
Well, I've been hearing that this is your strong track as well. So...
Yeah, we'll see what we can do in the race. Start on the hard tyres maybe.
Going for an
push them through. Yeah, and then maybe put on the wets at the end.
So, I think James is trying to retire or crash. It's not
Yeah, it's
working
putting on a
too
bit
well
of a
for
show
him.
for us.
There he is,
Get him,
retired.
get him on.
Some screen time. So yeah, so is Q1 all done?
Yeah, very anticlimactic Q1, considering we started a bit late. But yeah, Walkaway's finished fastest in the session, as you mentioned. As we get the bottom 5, Zach Crichton is out of qualifying
So I think
because
he
he
did
retired
crash.
his car.
Did he hit the wall?
I don't get that because he retired in the pit lane. He wasn't even on track.
So I don't know how it happens when you're in the wall, when you hit the wall. So then you retire from the whole session.
I'm 90% certain he didn't was even on track. But yeah, so he's out of session. Bloodhood is 60 is next. He has 6 cars out for qualifying.
Yes, because...
Alright, I'm double checking that. I'm pretty sure he didn't crash on purpose. I think the game just. Double check that.
What do you do?
But we head to Q2.
Alright, so everything's back to normal now. Hopefully with one less driver in this session. Now we'll see the start of some strategy calls. A few of these drivers put on medium tyres. I've seen Blocky Rex already fitted them. We'll surely see a few more come out on the medium tyres. As Gala's coming out in the hards, it looks like. So that is quite interesting. As few of these drivers actually staying in. A lot of them not coming out straight away. Only 3 cars of Lucky, Alcatraz and Semi-Pro.
Coming out in the softs too.
Yes. Except for Blocky's on the mediums, Gala is obviously on the hards. It's going to come out soon probably. Brenner on the mediums. He should come out soon as well. But yeah, a lot of the drivers just not coming out at all. So I'm not too sure what's happening with them. But
Let's see.
we'll be on board with Blocky. We'll be the first driver to cross the line. More drivers are coming out now. So a bit of track information. 18 corners in the Silverstone circuit with the complex obviously Magnus Beckett's and then Chapel, which Gunter Crap has already been claimed victim. While
Yes.
we are going through club now with Blocky to start his lap. Gunter Crap, what are your predictions? What are both your predictions?
For Q2 predictions or overall?
Overall, whole and race.
Well, it's hard to put your money against Wogboy. Always very fast driver on every track. Very consistent in the races.
So, 1 point for pole. While
Yeah, I would say so.
race, 1 top 3. Blocky's invalidated his lap already, so he's done.
For race, I'd have to put a few contenders in there at the moment that I'm looking at. So, if Tao doesn't manage to get spun by someone else this race, he's in for a very good chance.
Alright.
That's pretty much all I've got at the moment.
12 minutes after qualifying.
Too early to
you
tell.
said Blocky's still
Q1
in that.
wasn't
Was he
very
the first
good.
one to start his lap, you mentioned?
Way for me to see who's got the pace and who
Blocky's going
doesn't.
through Magnus Beckett's still, but it's not.
He's invalidated his lap,
pushing.
Blocky has. I think, yeah, he's invalidated.
Blocky's started.
So, he's aborted. Alcatraz is the next on his
aborted.
fast lap. He's coming through Stowe now. Going to end
Stowe.
his lap.
Yeah, he's going through Stowe quite quickly.
I think Blocky might be starting a new lap. the Alcatraz comes through 27.8. First car to come through. I believe the next will be semi-pro, yeah, 29.7. So in the second apart.
Wait.
Well, 2 seconds.
1.9 seconds apart. 2 seconds down, so
Yeah. Wow.
everyone not having the greatest laps.
Field goal as well as this lap.
I just set purple sector 1 on the mediums.
So Brenner is someone to look out for. Meanwhile, I think that is semi-pro getting out the way. Come into Maggots Beckett's now, and then down into Chapel. After they go opening the DRS onto the hangar straight, onto the bridge, and into Stowe, which you can run fairly wide here, as it's been found out called the esports line. But now heading through club as Breno finishes his lap. 28.3 on mediums, 28.3. Big car, respectable. Lazy Tower, we've missed out on him. He's put a 27.4. 4 tenths faster than Alcatraz in the Red Bull. Meanwhile, I believe who else will come through next? I think Blocky's better come through.
Blocky's just come through now.
28.4. Banana is just on a 28.2, putting himself P3 right now. I think Lunacy says purple first sector. And I think he and maybe only Wogboy are the only one on their laps. So keep an eye out for both of them.
Wogboy's just set purple sector 1. He is on the softs though.
So quite a few drivers come into the softs, particularly Wogboy. Unless he's gonna abort his lap at the end and just rush into the pits. Try to set that lap on mediums. Right now we're on board with Lunacy. Okay, so you're coming into Stowe in the final sector. Into club we go once again, and he slides it.
I think Wogboy's gonna pull into the pits here.
29.5 for Lunacy. Wogboy is staying out actually, he's going to finish his lap. I'd like to see what he does. The pink helmet. As he across the line, puts a pole 10th, not even 200s faster than very Lazy Tower. So
I think that's just a sign of things to come.
yes, foreshadowing Q3.
Yeah. This foreshadowing Q3, remembering that Q2 also, top 10 also, if you quote, get through into Q3. These are the tyres you actually start on. So at the moment, Breno, Blocky, Lunacy, and Semi-Pro, and Aaron are all electing to try out the medium in the first runs. Pure Gold being kicked by Alcatraz, Towel, and Wogboy himself, as we just saw. All deciding to go in the soft tyres. So at the moment, 27.3 is the fastest time, but it was a good time. I think everyone can improve on that. Obviously, track evolution is quite key around Silverstone. So yeah, it would just have to depend on how things go by as LZ Rick proves that theory and goes even faster with 26.9.
Weather's looking good for the race at the moment, so we shouldn't have any problems with rain troubling us.
Fresh soft tyres. He's electing to go on the soft tyre there. You could definitely do 26s here. We did 26s, mid to low 26s here. Maybe into 25s. We could see a time in Q3. But at the moment, everyone's just biding their time as they're going through around the next 6.5 minutes to go, trying to get through, purely just to get through into Q2. So I don't think anyone's really pushing the tyres too much because they know they need to potentially to get to the race as well.
Yeah, so right away have Aaron on his lap on the mediums, and Garlize is elected for the hards. So he's already completed the lap, he's invalidated on the hard tyres, he's going to go for another one. Schmidt, his teammate, on the softs, going for another lap as well. Wonder if he'll want to start on a few lap old softs, because that could be little blow for him. Aaron obviously on the medium tyres, as we just saw before. He is coming through the Magnus Becker's Chapel complex, as most of the top 10 are currently in the pits for this middle part of Q2. As Aaron opening DRS down the hangar straight. Purple to the second sector. I believe he usually can put it right up there. I believe Pure Gold's just put a 27.1 up to P2 now. So great lap for him. Only have 4 drivers left to do their laps. Aaron puts up P5.
I think there might have been a bit of tanking going on there.
It's a P5 on the medium tire, 27.5. So it's just even that. People actually considering starting on the medium tire is quite surprising around Silverstone. Considering how long you can probably go on the soft tires, but and the case for safety cars. So that's kind of an interesting start that Aaron is trying to put here. I think to qualify, this is the first time he's gotten into Q3. If he gets into Q3 this season. Aaron
Usually catches up some survival tonight.
yeah.
So
Yeah. So I think this is really the first time he's qualified into Q3 for the first time since Bahrain, actually.
yes.
And that was a while ago. So that was only the third race of the season. So Aaron then ended up to P5. Toddy is about to start his lap, championship leader of course. See what he could do. He starts his lap around Silverstone. So we're going with Todd Sir. So he goes through to turn 1 flat out. So naturally is German gear. So into turn 2, which is fine. Turn 3. Abbey and the loop into turn 4. It's a decent exit in the exit of the loop going into Aintree and Brooklands, Wellington Straight actually. There's a good run coming out of there, coming into Brooklands. Short shifts to get a good exit into the exit to Luffield, and the entry of Luffield, the exit of Luffield. Doesn't short shift, that's kind of interesting. So he goes to good, and then coming up to Cops Corner, as everyone knows. Was flat out 7th gear. Gets a slightly compromising line to the exit of the corner, but it's fine. Goes to the inside of Magnus Beckett's, and then coming to the entry of Chapel. It's a decent run in 6th gear, going straight to the hangar straight. It's a long DRS, well, about 70 long DRS straight, going through to the fast right-hander of Stowe. Gets a bit wide, gets caught up by missing Apex a little bit, but gains him a little bit of time there into the entry of Club, and completes all that. And he goes fastest with a 26.7.
So Toddy now on provisional pole. So obviously going to get through. Interestingly, a lot of the drivers, even Aaron, a lot of them opting now for the softs compared to what they set the time on. So Lunas, C, Blocky, Breno and Aaron all coming out on softs again. As Blocky puts up P4 for 27.1. Meanwhile, both the Racing Point drivers, I think Garlas has just come out now, and Schmidt is just coming out, but both of them have not set a lap yet. With 2 minutes to go, be a make or break lap. So could see them starting down the back potentially. Garla is coming out on the medians this time, as Sammy Pro is also starting up. He is in the drop zone, as is Lunacy. So 4 drivers now only in the drop zone, as I think Sam Pro is the only one on his lap.
Yeah, so as Zach Wright retired in Q1, only 4 drivers are going to be knocked out qualifying, but Lunacy's is 11th, semi-pro 12th, Gallows 13th. The 2 racing points, Gallows and Schmidt 13th, 14th. So you mentioned Gallows going onto the medium tyres there, so he's trying to think if he can get into the top 10 on the medium tyres, which would be an interesting strategy for him. He'll be the first one to do it. Aaron is another driver that potentially could do it as well, so we'll have to wait and see what they do there. Aaron's currently on the cusp of P9, so I think going on the medium tyres might not be the call if you want to get it through into Q3. Considering Aaron's was the fastest medium.
Yeah, it's come out of softs.
Yes, as mentioned. Okay, Pi retires, so he feels like he can't improve. Buster retires because there's no time left.
Tao is cutting corners to get a lap in. Looks like.
Yeah, he's got 46 seconds to start out of that. I don't think he'll make it. He will not make it.
Dream measures, and he's lost it.
Yeah, he will definitely not make it now.
That is Sandro, who I don't think was on a lap. So he's safe. Lunacy is the second up on his previous time as
Alcatraz goes P6, dropping Walkboy to 7th place. Walkboy could be on the cusp here as well, surprisingly enough, because he didn't do that at the time. Well, Tao will not be able to settle that. Aaron will. Aaron is about to start his lap.
And P10 is on the cusp right now. Semi-pro, oh no, Lunacy, I should say, did not set the fast enough time. He's only got 27.9, he's out.
Yeah, he is leaving in a moment. He is out of qualifying a moment. It's on semi-pro now.
Semi-pro's out as well, so there's no ERS.
Yeah,
so.
Semi-pro and Schmidt, actually. Schmidt is yet to finish his time as well.
Gala's just finishing up now. Only P13, so he's out.
P13 choosing the medium tyres was not the right call for him. Schmidt is the only person that could knock out potentially Banana Kick Pie if he's not careful, so let's see.
As he comes around the final corner now, puts himself.
And he goes third. Aaron is at the moment on the cusp, but he's finishing his lap. So it looks like it's for him to get into Q3, and this could potentially knock out Banana Kick Pie.
Oh, he's only around a 10th behind Banana.
Yeah.
So after this sector split, looked like he was around the 10th and a half up, so he should be fine. Just up to this final complex of corners through a club. Across the line,
he goes.
And he puts a P2, I believe.
P2.
Yes, P2.
Yeah, he does. So Banana Kick Pie out of the session in Q2. So Aaron now into Q3 for the first time since Bahrain. So there we have it then. So the Toster goes fastest with a 26.7. Aaron and Aussie Rick top 3. And then at the bottom, we've got Banana Kick Pie, Lunacy, Semi-Pro, and Galas in 11th to 14th. So top 10 is Schmidt, Pure Gold, Blocky, Breno, Alcatraz. Walkboy just making it on those tyres, and Lazy Towel, very Lazy Towel, in 10th place, as we mentioned. Toster was fastest. So yeah, your prediction for pole then, because that was quite close.
My predictions, I feel like Walkboy could pull either. I was gonna say Zach, but Zach's already out. I think Walkboy could pull it off, get it ahead of Toster and Tao, and even Aaron, for that matter. So, because Zach is usually the one who takes pole position. He has done it in the past few races, but obviously he's not in the mix this time. So I think Walkboy has a good chance.
Walkboy has a chance. I wouldn't count out Zach in the race in case the safety car comes up. But for pole position, you probably can't really discredit Walkboy. It also could be up there as well as it does Aaron as well. Aaron and me, put Pure Gold there. And Aussie Rick as well. Aussie Rick has been doing a stellar job recently in qualifying up in the high ups of the grid. So he could probably pull out a surprise lap as well. So probably about 5 drivers could potentially get pole position here. But there is 11 minutes, well 12 minutes, but 11 minutes now, to figure out who's going to get pole position for the British Grand Prix. And yeah, and at the moment, first driver to go out was Aussie Rick. Aussie Rick. and probably might have to go on board with him soon if he was the first person to push the line. So, yeah.
Aussie has been renowned for coming out first in every single session.
Yes, he is.
I'm not sure why. I think just no time to waste, I guess, for him. Interestingly, Aaron in the pits, so he may only have one set of softs left. Maybe.
Yeah, he only has. He potentially probably does have one that's left, but so he's probably just waiting until the last 5 minutes. Take a little break. Try to just go for the one run.
So
yeah, there's another car is coming right behind him. Is that? And it's Alcatraz. Yeah, Alcatraz. So.
Alcatraz is gone.
Oh no, it's Toddy. Sorry.
Toddy's going to come through first, actually.
Yeah, Toddy is going to come through first. Yes.
So stand on board of him for another lap. So it was either 27 or 20. Was it a 26? Last time out. 26.9.
So Toddy is the first person.
Yeah.
Set at that time. So I guess we go on board with Todster then, as we saw on board Todster last time. But there you go. Going through the loop then, as they both go through the loop at the same time, almost identical times. It's a good run as well. This is actually a better first sector that he did than he did in the qualifying lap he did previous. So this should be a decent time as he's trying to push into Brooklands there, and through Muffield. As he gets took a lot of throttle there to put the power in a bit too early. Loaded all of the stairs instead. But going through into Stoke, Cobb, sorry, and then getting a good run, holding it in 7th gear. Now through Maggots, Beckett, Chapel. It's just keeping it nice and tidy, no dramas there. Fastest in the sector, naturally, because he's the first one to do it. And still holding it on now. And coming up 3 steps.
Or Tau, I believe. I think Tau may have taken the middle sector. They're coming into the final complex of corners. Aussie Wizzy back into the pits. Aussie Wizzy
pits, but this is the time to beat at 26.7, so an identical, and it's actually identical to the one he did in Q2. Blocky goes P2 with a 27.3. Alcatraz goes with a 27.4, Tal goes with a 28.7, so was not happy with his time there, so he probably backed that a little bit. So on Wogboy then, can Wogboy knock a 26.7? He does with a 26.4. And Brenner goes up into P3 now with a 27.3. So we got Pure Gold. Pure Gold does a 27.6. That's not a pretty good time. Aaron's on his out lap. Aussie Rick, as you mentioned, did pit, and Schmidt is about to come out as well for a run. So Aaron about to start his lap.
Aaron having full clean air.
Yeah.
So maybe he was going for that instead of going out straight away.
Maybe he didn't. So we'll have to wait and see what they do in the next runs. But yeah, at the moment, Wogboy on provisional pole with a 26.4. Good time there. Could see time dip into 25s if we're not careful.
You reckon they can improve by 0.4 of a second?
Track position is quite high here. As Aaron starts his lap, at the moment, Aaron trying to go for pole position on his first run, potentially maybe second. Goes a little bit wide in the entry of the loop. Goes through fast entry quite well, and then
Purple to the first sector, apparently.
Yeah, up in the first sector. Despite missing the apex a little bit there in the entry of the loop, still goes through fine. Doesn't get a tank slapper like he did, what Toddy did, we saw in his run. At the moment, going through the old pit straight into Cobb's corner. And Ian Valley is going wide. Ian Valley is going wide. A little bit too wide there.
So
yeah, Schmidt then.
Aussie's just about. Aussie's halfway through his lap. His out lap. Schmidt coming onto the straight. And in the first sector. Looks like it is purple as well. So may have taken that purple first sector off Aaron.
Aaron. Actually, no, I think his time was validated, so he effectively got the first sector outright. Moment, Schmitty, good. Going through Cop's corner, goes wide as well, but doesn't invalidate. So he got a little bit lucky there. Into the entry of Magnus and Beckett. Bit compromised in Beckett, which compromises his line for Chapel, which makes him go wide and loses a bit of time there. But still, fastest middle sector. Yeah, so this could be a good lap here if he can finish it off through Stowe. And goes very wide, but it's fine. To the entry of Vale and Club to complete the lap. Gets a bit treacherous down there because the traction turns a bit awful, but goes across the line, goes P3. 27.2. It wasn't a great lap, but for some reason the timing screen was lighting up purple. But nearly 8 tenths off Logboy's time.
The top two are 3 tenths apart, 34 tenths apart. And then there's a big gap, well, only around 5 tenths from Tuttle to Schmidt. And it's a big bunch of like 4 or 5 behind him.
Aussie Rick is fastest in the sector as well. I think it's just timing glitches right now. But at the moment, Aussie Rick going into the inside there. Going wide, inside Stowe.
Into the pits.
And pits again. So Aussie Rick not happy with any of his laps at the moment. He's got 4 minutes to rectify it, not starting 10th on the grid.
So potentially 1 lap only.
Yeah.
As I think.
So Aussie Rick effectively does have 1 lap to. He's effectively has a 1-shot qualifying. So we got Tal and Breno about. Tal's going pits actually. So Breno, the only person. Breno and Walkboy.
Walkboy just.
Oh, no, right. Breno and Schmidt, sorry.
Schmidt pits. He is. So just Breno.
Yeah, just Breno.
As Shaq to himself. A few of the drivers are coming out. I believe that is Blocky and Pure. Breno's currently P4. 1/10 or so behind Schmidt. And a further 5-6 tenths behind Todsler on the front row of the grid. Couldn't likely be his only lap. Or his second lap, I should say. So I wonder if Aaron and Aussie down the tail end of the top 10. I wonder when they'll come out.
Well, they're going to come out very soon as we see a Renault about to come out of pit lane. Right now, as Renault is about to start his lap. So, Renault is the only one. His first one to do his lap. And this was likely to be his last run. It was very wide in the entry of Abbey and Farm. And compromised his line a little bit. It's all about compromising. There's the apex for the loop though. Should help him get a good run to the exit. Entry. And then, learning to switch. Then
10th up on his Ferry's time. So, on his first sector time. So, right now, he is on track to take Schmidt for P3. Obviously Schmidt's on his outlap right now. We come through cops. Very shallow through there.
yeah, it wasn't aggressive enough. It's a very tentative lap. But going through into Magnus Beckett's Chapel, it doesn't do the compromise line as what Schmidt did, and that lost him a lot of time. So it's very smooth. Smooth FM lap. And then coming up to Stowe. He gets sucks it in. Goes
Very
wide as well.
Wow.
Very wide. But still counts. The entry of Village Villain Club and
P3 takes Schmidt
E3
by a tenth of a second now.
by 10 seconds than one.
I think Blocky's
But
on the
yeah,
lap
but
now.
does everyone is on the lap? Well, everyone's on the outlap. Blocky is on the lap.
Yeah.
Yep. Blocky invalidates
So
his lap already, so
think
that's probably his
Alcatraz.
qualifying done.
Yeah, Blocky's quality is Unless he goes for another lap, he might. Potentially.
You might, if he has
Alcatraz.
fuel. But yeah, Alcatraz starts his lap. So Alcatraz first one. To start his final lap. Not take moments to start his final lap, I say. And then, yeah, it's, who is it? Schmitty that was next. And Wogboy.
Looks like Schmidt will get a tow down both the straights. Could help him catch up to Todster. I'll definitely get past Breno as Alcatraz goes purple to the first sector as he goes through Lockfield.
Yeah, he went deep in the entry of the end of the Wellington straight, which is Brooklands, and compromised the line for Luffield. So it wouldn't be the fastest millisector we'll see from him, but hauled into 8th gear. Most people have that in 7th. That's an interesting line he's done there. Going through Magnus Becker's Chapel, he's doing an alright job.
There's more yellows. First was the second sector, 4/10 up in his previous second times. So this could definitely put him up into P3. Definitely ahead of Breno if he keeps this lap. Just a much tidier line than so many other people. Through into Club as Fieldgod retires.
Fieldgod retired, so he's done with last lap. As Alcatraz does go P3, but only by a few hundreds, so he was up 4/10, but he lost a 10th in another sector. Being a bit conservative off the DRS. Wogboy, it does improve with a 26.3. So can Toddy beat that time? Schmidt goes to a 26.8, but it's up to Todster now to just beat that time, and he does a 1:26.5, so he starts the front row grid. I am actually not sure. Has Todster actually had a pole position this season?
I think he's had one earlier in the season. A lot earlier.
Very early this season. It was like the second race this season.
Yes, I believe so. I think Ozzy just put himself P4. The 27th.
Oh yeah, Wogboy takes ball. Aaron goes even fast. 1,000th per second out of nowhere.
Wow.
And someone beat that, didn't he? No, it was just Aaron. So Aaron takes that pole position straight off Wogboy by 1,000th of a second. So Aaron on pole from Wogboy. Todster in P3, Schmidt in P4, Aussie Rick in P5 there. Holy, 1,000th of a second.
Very, very
close.
Wow. I didn't expect that at all.
That came out of nowhere. We didn't watch Aaron's lap there. So yeah, Aaron on pole position from Wogboy. And Toddy in P3. Schmidt P4, Aussie Rick P5, Tal in P6 there, and then he ended up Alcatraz in P7, Breno P8, Pure Gold retired and ended up in P9. Blocky competing top 10 there. So yeah, Aaron out of nowhere getting that pole position and beating it off Wogboy.
So Aaron Wogboy front row. Quite interesting front row, I should say. Wonder if he can. Because Wogboy's the type of person to, once he takes the lead, tends to keep it, as it looks quite overcast. So maybe there's a chance of rain. I'm not too sure if there is, but
Yeah, people starts them off. Yeah, I'm surprised. I was thinking about it in my head when we ended that Toddy's only had one pole position this season. I think that was at the beginning of the season, surely. I think it was probably Baku or something, and I'm not so sure.
So, yeah.
But
he does have quite a considerable lead. I think
does have a considerable lead despite only having one pole position. It shows that consistency is key. But as the grid starts lining, this is Aaron's first Q3 since Bahrain, and his first pole position this season after 15 races. But as they head off across the grid, Aaron takes them off for the formation lap. Wogboy, a little bit surprised that he didn't get pole position there. Mind you, Wogboy is into P3, as we mentioned. Todster is into P3, should I say. Yeah.
As you predicted. So
yeah,
interesting, but also Banana Cake, Lunacy, Semi Pro, Zach, Butthod, and Cantu Crap all starting on the medium tyres together with the rest.
Yeah, they are. So Banana Cake by Lunacy, Semi Pro, Zach, Butthod, and can't do crap. She's electing to go medium tyres for the start of the race. Their only hope is to go long, hope for not a safety car, hope for a clean race, and then just see what they could do. Whereas Smeg, Reedy, James, who's already off in the grass somewhere, I don't know how, and Gardas are electing to go on the soft tyre. And obviously the top 10 have to go on soft tyres. So, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes, but we'll have to wait and see what they can do. On those medium tyres, they'd have to hope for not an early safety car, or or a safety car in the pit window of the soft tyres, or else their strategy can be compromised. Aaron starting to bunch the back up. Oh boy, nearly hitting the back of him there, as Aaron is starting to bunch the field up. As it's a sea of cars, a myriad of cars there. It's the entry of stuff. As who else is going ridiculously? So the back is cutting crap, and James Cruz catching up the field there a little bit.
Quite behind.
Yeah, as Aaron is seeing that, he's trying to back up the entire field because of it. So, but it's fine now. Aaron, AI can take over, and there we go. Yeah, they're going around now. So,
quite behind. Quite far behind. That's not what Aaron wanted at all. It'll take quite a while for him to come into his grid slot. So as the rest of the drivers come in, we'll all be waiting on Can't Do Crap currently. As we get ready for this British Grand Prix. So as it's 5 red lights, get a better angle, here we go. And away we go for the British Grand Prix. It looks like Aaron's got a good start. I think Wogboy is going to tuck right in behind him. Tots has lost out to Schmidt currently. As looks like it should be fairly clean. A few drivers going slightly wide into turn 1. Schmidt still holding P3. Down the back with Alcatraz and the 2 Red Bulls fighting it out for P6 right now. Alcatraz trying to go down the inside onto the Wellington straight. He will be on the inside of very lazy tail. McLaren down there going very, very wide onto the straight. Alcatraz does get lazy tail. Breno looking down the inside. Both an Alcatraz spins.
Alcatraz spins because he hit the back of Tal. The entry there of going there, dropping all the way down to plumb last now. Poor Alcatraz. As you mentioned that, as Aaron gets a decentish start, but it's going to be a slipstream fest for the next few laps. As Aaron, Wogboy, Schmidt, Toddy are all hanging on the back of each other. Aussie Rick just about there or thereabouts. As you mentioned, the 2 Red Bulls behind the stern. And Breno and Blocky and Zach up to P10 after starting 15th in the grid. So Zach gaining 5 positions at the start. So he's on the charge as well. And then we got another crash going on with Semi-Pro. Semi-Pro spinning the exit and has no front wing. So Semi-Pro, unfortunately, in the wars there on his medium tyres as well. So it's just a shame for him there. But as you mentioned, it's kind of status quo start.
Looks like, yeah, so Aaron's the 6/10 lead up to the first lap. Obviously, 3 laps until DRS. If you can get out of that DRS zone as soon as you can. It looks like Wogboy's staying with him. Pulled back right back up into turn 1. Now coming onto the straight. Looks like Wogboy might have a better run.
Wogboy has a better run, so there's Toddy on the back of Schmidt there for P3 and P4. So this looks like it could be the battle for the lead as Wogboy goes down the inside and takes the lead on lap 2. Overtakes Aaron. Aaron drops down to P2 as we got Schmidt holding on as well from Toddy for P3 and P4 as we got another overtake there as Tal and Breno are battling out for 7th place. Breno trying to look for a move on one of the Red Bulls, but can't seem to get it to stick. But he's trying to go around the outside of Cops, but it doesn't really work out. Tal goes deep. This gives Breno another opportunity in the entry of Maggots, and he does get it, so he's ahead and gets position done. So Breno up to P7. The error of Tal going a bit too deep there in the entry of Cops. And yeah, going forwards there, Zach up to P10.
Garlas.
Oh, it's another spin. Garlas
Half spin.
Gala spins.
Kept it alive though.
Half spins. Yeah, it drops it down to 16th, so another spinner. We have 3 spinners, can't do crap. He's in the wars as well. We've got Zach overtaking Blocky as well, and I was going to mention that. Can't do crap. And Reedy going side by side through Stone, coming into the entry to Club there, and he did entry of Village there, and he's got that corner.
I think it's Vale.
But yeah, there we go. Vale, there we go. That's the corner name. I was thinking of different names, but there you go. Reedy up to 14th place. Alcatraz going side by side with Smeg into turn 1, as we're seeing all of that happening. Alcatraz trying to recover from positions of spinning on that 1. Galas is trying to do the same thing on follow Alcatraz's line at the entry of the loop there. There's another spinner, I think it was James at the end of Appy there in turn 2. So Alcatraz gets past Smeg up to 16th place. Smeg is now in 17th and Galas in 18th at the moment. In the lead, Wogboy is getting 1.3 seconds in the first lap alone, and he's going past. And now it's between Aaron, Schmidt, Toddy, Aussie Rick. I think the lead at the moment.
It's like I feel the driver's going quite wide through cops. I think I saw Schmidt or Toddy going a little bit wide through there. But I believe, yeah, Toddy will have DRS, as does Aaron. Reedy gets a 3-second penalty for his corner cutting actions. He's down in P15, right on the back of the pack. Oh no, he's at the front of the rear pack. As
Zach's not up.
James
Zach now up to 8th place after starting 15th, so he's getting 7 positions in 3 laps. As he's trying to charge his way back up the field. Aaron sets the fastest lap with a 38.8, trying to get back into the slipstream in tow of Wogboy. It's difficult to break the slipstream here, as we've seen in past races. It's just there's so many straights that the cars so easy can just catch back up. There's not many heavy braking zones and heavy traction zones where you can just break away. So you're just seeing a developing slipstream fest, effectively, at the moment from, well, that's 11th downwards, 11th upwards even. So, all the way from Banana Kick Pie, all the way to Knockboy, the leader, can get a simple slipstream. So, at the moment,
really
it's looking like that.
Alcatraz gets past, can't do crap.
Yeah, Alcatraz gets past can't do crap after he's recovering from his spin, but now has like a 2.7 gap to get to Bodhood in 13th place at the moment. There's another spinner, Blocky spun.
Just out of
Blocky spun in the exit of Cops, yeah.
Tao gets a penalty.
Tao gets a penalty, Blocky dropping well down the order now. He's now into 19th place, both the Williams in the walls. Another car spinning, Lunacy. Lunacy spun, he resets the track, and he's on a myriad of 5 cars. Oh my goodness me, he shouldn't have reset the track there.
No.
It's a no-no.
As Blocky
look at the front. And Blocky loses again, his tyres are shot from spinning, it was too much. But at the moment, gap now down to 6/10 as the leaders are covered within 1.5 seconds between the top 4. 2 seconds if you count Aussie Rick, and then Pure Gold as well. Zach goes down the inside of Brenner there for P7. He's now in the back of this train now, of the Wokboy train effectively. Wokboy, Schmidt, Aaron, Toddy, Aussie Rick, and Pure Gold.
Zach is on medium tyres as well.
He is on medium tyres as well, yes. He could. Yes, he's on a mission right now, going very quickly on those tyres. Brenner now. I'll try and look for a move on the inside of Zach, but doesn't currently get it done. Tao on his own in P9, and Blank Pie is very on his own in P9.
Tots are down right behind him, within 2/10 of Schmidt for a podium place.
Yeah, as we mentioned, all of that's happening going on right now. Lunacy did hit for fresh tyres. Elected to go on to the medium tyres at the end. We're only on lap 5, 26 of the British Grand Prix. As we have another spinner there, as Reedy spins in 16th place there, dropping down the order. As we got another overtake here, Toddy and Schmitty about to overtake Schmitty. Well, Toddy got overtake Schmitty in the entry of Stowe and gets the moves done. It's done at the entry of Stowe, going to Vale Club. Now up to P3. 2 championship protagonists at the moment. These 2 are fighting for the championship, albeit they're about 80 points different, or 60 points different. um, between the top two. So
Pure Gold
Walkway,
and Aussie also almost
yeah,
holding each other into
yeah,
Abbey.
yeah. This is allowing Zach to catch up to this field quite easily now because batting is going on ahead, but Toddy starting to pull away now from Srini, so maybe Srini was just a cork in the bottle for him. But at the moment, it's looking like Zach could probably pull a couple of moves up here, and Walkboy still holding on to the lead. Eventually, we'll have to pit in a few laps' time. So will the top six eventually. So
clean air.
they can do.
A few laps time.
We got Alcatraz. Alcatraz is actually flying because he caught Bodwood within a lap, and he's now up into 11th place, overtaking Bodwood there. Now up into 11th place. Now he has to catch up to Banana Kick 5 with 7 seconds up the road, and is on fresher tires. Well, fresh tires. So we'll have to wait and see what he can do there.
Catching up to the pack is Alcatraz. So, a few more laps, he should get a few seconds into that time. But
yeah, there's Aussie Rick and Schmidt now battling for P4. Schmidt is struggling out there, is very struggling out there at this point. As Aussie Rick is going to have a go in the entry of Stowe through the entry of Vale and up. But Doddy sets the fastest at 30.6, so it does suggest that Schmitty is the one that was struggling the most, and that was holding up Toddy a lot. As we have Bodwood getting a 3-second time penalty out there.
Aussie down the inside of Schmidt, can't get it done though.
Yeah, he
Zach
is.
down the inside of Pure Gold. He may get
Pure
this
Gold.
done.
He doesn't get it done there because the traction zone is not too much and his tires aren't as strong just yet, but gets a good run.
I think Rady's lost
He
it
has
again.
good DRS. I really has lost it, but yeah, at the moment, Schmitty
Yeah, it's unlucky Aussie.
kind of causing a mini 4-car train right now as Zach goes around the outside of Pure Gold, around the exit of Luffield, gets the move done, good move there, and now he's got Aussie Rick to try and negotiate with and get past. It's really just a Schmidt train going on right now. As Toddy is pulling away and starting to catch Aaron a little bit. Aaron and Bogboy hasn't really pulled away from that gap ever since they've been battling, but is doing enough as Toddy seems to be the one that's flying at the moment. As we've got a weaving fest going on between Zach and Aussie Rick. So battling going on the outside, going through Stowe, and Zach gets up to P5 from 15th to 5th right now, and he's got Schmitty to next to negotiate, who's been struggling the most on his tyres. His tyres have been dying from the beginning. And we've got both boys now still leading from Aaron, Toddy, Schmitty, Zach into P5, Aussie Rick in P6, Pure Gold now dropped down to 7th as the top 7. We're all fighting for at least a podium position, you'd imagine, but it's starting to separate a little bit. It's looking like the top 3 is going to be set unless Zach has something to say about it, as Schmitty is effectively a cork in the bottle for Aussie Rick, Pure Gold.
Let's make it to 30 seconds. Zach, I reckon Zach be able to catch up to the leading pack. I see just dispatches of Schmidt on into Brooklands out of the Wellington Straight. So now we could see him catch up to Tossa, Aaron and Wogboy. Make it a 4-way fight for the lead.
Yeah, 4-way fight for the lead. Gap is 2.3 seconds between Zach and Toddy. It's about 4 seconds. No, 3.4 seconds between Zach, top 4. Schmitty is struggling. Aussie Rick is being held up by it and he needs to get past if he wants to have a go as well. But at the moment, it's 2 tenths between Toddy and Aaron, and it looks like Toddy is the fastest driver. The 3 it looks like at the moment, but can't really get past here through the hang straight into Stowe, and he has to settle back in for another lap. But he is catching very fast. Zach is also caught about 3 tenths, as we were talking about that. So ahead on lap 9.
Yeah, on lap 9.
Head on lap 9.
8 tenths to Schmidt within that lap.
Yes.
He should pull out of DRS zone by the end of this lap. He's within 2 seconds now of Todster. I believe he's around 3.5, maybe 4 seconds from the lead, which is a good effort on medium tyres.
Yeah, it's a good effort of Bugboy. Still continuing to run on and lead on. Aaron
I think Grady
still.
also spins. He does. So, Wogboy bringing out a second gap now, almost to Aaron. So he's catapulted slightly. Aaron struggling for ERS. He's very, very low. Wogboy's a little bit more. Toss has got the most out of the top 4 with his 50% ERS right now. Everyone else in the low teens.
Yeah, everyone's struggling with their ERS, but yeah, we're coming up to the pit window now. We're on lap 9. We'll have to wait and see. Does Wogboy, Aaron, and Toddy pit this lap? You would imagine that Toddy wouldn't pit now, but he could probably change around the cut. No, Wogboy
They all pit.
instantly.
Everyone pits.
They all pit. They all pit.
Wow.
They all went in the pit. Wogboy went late. Zach inherits the lead because he's on the medium tires. So Wogboy pit, as well as Aaron, as well as Toddy, as well as Schmidt, as well as Breno. So I mentioned the pit window, and everyone comes in. But there we go. So Zach now leads the Grand Prix by 2.1 seconds. He needs to try and push on those tires as much as he can. He probably might go long to soft to the end and see if he can have a late charge on those soft tires. If he wants to do that, he will need to pit on lap 16.
So the soft runners who stayed out yeah, Pure God, Aussie, Lazy Tail, Alcatraz, Smeg and Garlaz all staying out on the softs, which I believe they should probably only go for one extra lap realistically, while the medium runners obviously go a lot longer. And Pure God, some of the pressure from Aussie with Tao slow catching up to that small battle. Most of the field's a bit spread out. Aaron did jump Wogboy actually out of the pits, so that's quite interesting actually. But now he has Smeg for company, and I think someone into the pits. That's James.
Yeah, so Aaron jumped, as you mentioned, yeah, Aaron did jump Wogboy, and now is up into the effective lead of the Grand Prix, as he's like got Smeg in the middle between both the pair of them, as Pure Gold decides to pit. Last of the front runners decides to pit Smeg. Let's them both go. That compromised Wogboy a lot, and now Toddy has a great run onto the inside of Wogboy. Gets the move done, does he? He does. So Toddy up into effectively P2. Aaron was the effective leader, so Wogboy dropped down 2 positions after the pit stop window that he pretty much triggered in the start of it.
Wogboy now effectively P3 over P4. Let's see how far they are.
Effectively P4, but Zach is beginning to push. He gained 2 seconds on Azuric, but that doesn't suggest that he'll probably get into the mix quite heavily, but he probably will. Can't discredit that. But at the moment, Aaron is effectively leading the race from Toddy and Wogboy, but they're 8th, 9th, and 10th at the moment. The overall leader is Zach at the moment, 5 seconds ahead of Azuric. Azuric yet to pit. So is Tal, actually. Tal and Azuric yet to pit. Banana Kick Pie on his own in P4, up to P4 right now is Banana Kick Pie. And Country Graph, P5.
So, Aaron is currently 26.6 seconds off Zach. So, I'm not too sure what the pit times are in this track, but I think Aaron may get Zach.
Azuric gets a 5-second penalty for speaking pit lane because someone took out the pit board marker. That's kind of unfair for us. Breno. Someone took it out at the worst track to do it.
Oh dear.
So, Breno, Azuric gets a 5-second penalty for just missing it. Pie now up to P2 on his medium tires, 11 seconds off Zach. Both effectively on the same strategy, so it'd be interesting to see where Banana Kick Pie ends up. As well as Zach Crichton, as they're effectively 2 people on the same strategy, as is Country Graph as well, and Bodhood. Top 4 as Aaron on the effective leader now has to succumb to the pressure of Toddy and Wogboy.
So yeah, Toddy now right on the back of Aaron, who just needs to keep his head forward, and try to bring that time down just to Zach. If they got these guys, just they start battling now, Zach will have a great advantage coming to his pit window as Reedy retires.
He really retires in the pit lane, so it won't trigger a safety car there, but really calling it a day.
Yeah, Aaron keeping the lead. He's on the grass a little bit through. I believe that was Beckett's. As Latal gets his, I think it's his third or fourth corner cutting penalty. Which is unfortunate for him. He's down in P12 right now. Effectively P7, potentially P7, P8. As Reedy's cars come out of the pits and will retire on track, which hopefully doesn't cause anything. But now Aaron has caught right back up to Butthod now. It's on the back of Butthod, who's still in his medium tyres.
Aaron goes on the inside of Butthod. The entry of Village.
Fighting it.
Trying to... Oh, they collect each other. They literally hit each other because I don't know what the hell happened there. But Toddy now takes the lead, but Aaron literally just hit the side of him and then just both spin, well, almost spin. And Toddy now takes the effective lead. Walkboy trying to overtake Bloodhood now as well. Bloodhood maybe wasn't aware, or maybe Aaron just turned a bit too early, but Aaron now dropped all the way down to 9th place because of it. So can he recover from that? So it's now between Toddy, Walkboy, and Zach.
So Toddy now has 3.5 seconds doing him and Country Crap. So the lead, it is now 27.2. So it's increased because of that small.
As Aaron is slowing down, I think he's probably made an error somewhere. I think he's starting to suffer a lot more from those tires when you spun. But at the moment, so now it's 4th. It's like probably top 4 was going to be set. Now it's going to be top 3 is going to be set. We don't know who's going to finish in 4th place here, but at the moment your effective leader now is Toddy from Walkboy. And then we've got Zach, the effective leader, 15 seconds up the road.
Aaron's retired.
Aaron has retired, such a shame. Effectively leading the race in that strategy. Bloodhood probably wasn't aware that he was there, or whether or not he just turned in too early. We'll guess we'll find out until later. But Aaron out of the Grand Prix. Such a shame. But at the moment, as we said that again, Toddy effectively leads the Grand Prix. Zach effectively leads the race. 16 seconds between him and Barnacle High. And as you mentioned, the gap's actually increased. When we last spoke, you said it was 26 seconds. It's now 27 seconds.
So it's around there. Tosser's within DRS range. I don't know if he'll get it this lap, but he is within DRS of Country Crap. So it's purple to the second sector. So he is on the charge. Did not get DRS that lap, but he will pass Country Crap. Possibly by Vale, he may lunge into it. He stays behind him. He does. Now probably into turn 1. Into Abbey. He may try to go for a move if he gets a good run. Good traction out of the final corner. Walkboy goes faster, actually.
Walkboy sets the fastest step, trying to put pressure on Toddy, but Toddy seems to have a better straight line speed and has a great straight speed on top of Can't Do Crap. Dive bombs into Can't Do Crap and gets the position done as Walkboy gets let off with free service from Can't Do Crap and let them have their battle, as that allowed Walkboy to get a great run actually because of that through to the Wellington straight. But obviously the DRS zone is a bit too short for him to get an overtake done there. But at the moment, 2/10 is the gap, and this battle is now starting to develop further. It could allow Zach to probably get a position done.
So 26. That's around 26.5 seconds is what it's staying at.
It's been like that. It's been that gap for about this time, and Zach does pit on lap 15 of the Grand Prix, so he's electing to pit now to go for his run. Blanky Pie could go pit now or pit the next lap. So let's see where Zach ends up.
He does. As Wogboy takes the lead coming into Stowe.
Yeah, Wogboy takes the effective lead through Stowe. As Toddy doesn't actually fight back there. But here comes Zach. He's about to come out the pit lane. And these two are still battling. As Zach is still trundling at 37 kilometers, about 37 miles an hour. There he goes speeding past.
Yeah.
But Zach is just there. He's only 5 seconds up the road. 3 seconds up the road. He's only 3 seconds up the road.
Yeah,
so this could be a great chance for Zach. Probably steal the lead of these two. These two were battling so hard. Zach is only 2.2 seconds off. Blanky Pie now leading the Grand Prix, but it's Wogboy, Toddy, and Zach battling for your overall win at the end of this race.
So yeah, Zach has a great chance. As long as he gets a pit lane speeding penalty.
Yeah, there's a lot of position swapping going on in the midfield. Though Bodhood causing a mini train again with Purgo, Lozierick, and very lazy town Schmidt. They're about to he does retire from the race as Schmidt goes very wide as we see all this developing. Huge train what is developing right now.
And the heavy pressure is Bodhood. Could see some position changes through into Stowe.
As like the car's going 4 wide.
4 wide. I think Pure Gold will take Bodhood has lost about 3
Bodhood finally pits.
Yeah, he does.
Bodhood finally pits, Blanky Pie finally pits. And yeah, we got this mini battle going on. We also got the battle for the lead up the road for first, second, third, and fourth, fifth, and sixth between Schmidt, Pure Gold, and Aussie Rick.
Zach is within or around a second behind Hodson now. So around 1.5 seconds to the lead, which has brought that down quite considerably within a lap. So he might.
Yeah, the question is for Wogboy is can he hold on to that win? Be a great win if he can, because Zach on fast tires and Toddy seem to be relatively quick. Would be an impressive thing as Pure Gold gets past Schmitty there for the entry of left field. Schmitty tries to fight back, gets a good run the exit of left field, coming up to the opposite straight now. Let's see if he can probably try and get a good run for the exit of Magnus Beck's Chapel, but at the moment, yeah, Pure Gold is into P4. Rick just watching on in front of them. As the battle for P1 is starting to hot up a lot, as you mentioned that. Yeah. So there's 2 battles effectively in the space of 7 seconds of each other.
It's gonna get interesting when it comes out. Zach will be the real winner.
Yeah.
But maybe I think Zach's his fastest time.
Yeah, Zach's as fast as up at 29.1. So he's absolutely flying. No surprises there, but he has to get past Hodster and Wogboy. It's a track you can't overtake quite easily, so we'll have to wait and see how he does these overtakes.
At the start of the Lorenzo straight, he looked at it, but he's going to stay behind for now.
Stays behind for now, but it's on these two if they can be able to catch Wogboy. 8 laps to go, of course.
Fuel light, does that. So he's might have to start saving soon.
Yeah, I think him up for the entry of Cop's Corner, but no way you can go from there. Just takes a little tax upper.
That's single file through Magnus Beckett's and then into Chapel. Onto the hanger straight now.
Pure Gold's starting to pull away from Schmitty in the other battle, but as you come back to the other battle, you're almost basically the line astern. Zach trying holding it around the outside, holding it around the outside of Stowe. Tries to go on the inside of Vale. and gets the move done. So Zach up to P2 there after we cut to that moment. But yeah, great move there. He hung it around the outside, got the move done, and gets up into P2 of the race. Now he has to challenge Walkboy for the effective lead in the Grand Prix. So it looks like it's going to be as easy. Does he do it straight away? He does. He goes straight away. But Walkboy notices it, gives him the space. Walkboy holds on to the exit of turn 5, and then gets a good run coming the exit of that. But he's going to be swapped effectively because he's got compromised. And Zach could go on the inside here. He does. He takes the lead. Zach Crichton takes the lead of the British Grand Prix on lap 19 of the race. Can Walkboy fight back on these older tyres and slower tyres? Not quite sure, but he does get a fantastic run. His slipstream is insane, as he's probably preparing or anticipating that was going to happen. But Zach still holds on to the lead through Copse Corner, and so he has to hold on here to the end of the hang straight and hope for the best. But the grip that Zach has right now, I don't think he could be able to hold on, old boy, as he struggles a little bit with tapping on the exit of Chapel.
Yeah. Now we have Todster right behind.
Todster right behind.
Looking for him,
but it looks like Zach has done enough to steal the lead on lap 19, getting past both cars in the space of a matter of 8 corners, getting it done, and now up into the lead of the Grand Prix. Zach leads the Grand Prix from Wogboy, going to P2 Toddy, now dropped down to P3 again, as we mentioned all that.
I think Tao may have spun. He was right at the back of Breno just before.
Oh yeah, he has. He's elected to pit again.
He'll get another penalty.
Pilgo gets a penalty, so that could shake up things. Aussie Rick, it's the back of Schmidt there, as we all would love to watch that, and he goes off the track there. So yeah, at the moment, Pilgo still holding on to P4, but penalties might come into play between the next 3 cars.
Wogboy is actually keeping up with Zach for now. Still
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I did mention the slipstream is quite powerful around this track, so I think we're looking at it right now. Even on soft tyres, fresh soft tyres, that can't really pull away as much as he likes. He's trying his best he can to try and pull away, break that DRS zone, but Wogboy's doing enough to get that DRS, to get the slipstream, and just hold on. Toddy is doing the same thing. He's been doing it all race long. So these 3 for them are still in battle for the win of the Grand Prix, because anything can happen in the next 6 laps. We wouldn't even know about it. Pure Gold has that penalty, and it still has the same issue. Actually, slipstream fest effectively. So trying to break the toe. Zach is trying to break the toe from the lead.
2 different battles continuing on. The rest of the field seems fairly spread out. They're on their own little battles. Looks like, yeah, Smeg down the back, finding a bit Towel who just pit. I think he's come out on the soft tyres, he does. So he came out down P15, which started back up into, P6. So, not the best race for him. Zach up 14 spots, obviously in P1. Can't crap from P20, losing it in Q1 up into P10 now. Meanwhile, Pure Gold from P9 up to P4. So, a few big winners. Meanwhile, yeah, Tower down 9. And obviously Aaron DNFing. As I think Aaron now has a run. On Logboy.
Toddy has a run on Logboy, yeah, you're right. And tries to go on the inside. Walkway gives him the space and gets the move done. So, boy, seems to step through there. See if he can probably catch to Zach and probably battle a little bit. But it's looking like 5 laps to go, or 4 laps to go now on this lap. It's looking like it's going to be a Zach win. Toddy could probably have an answer for it, but it's gonna struggle a little bit. I don't think he probably might get the move done, but you never know, the tyres might drop off in like dying laps. Toddy is still there or thereabouts, and if anything, Toddy seems to be the faster of the 2 because of the slipstream and toe. Get the fastest final sector, but didn't get the fastest out.
So yeah, so Toddson now. I wonder if he can catch. His 7th is behind Zach, so I wonder if he can bring that gap down because he pitted on the same lap as Wogbo, so we're both in the same same tyres, effectively. Sector 2 yellows. It's been a crash.
Yeah, it's actually Schmitty.
Schmidt.
Schmitty dropped down 2 positions. I think he was trying to get move on Pure Gold and didn't really work out. Dropped a position there as well, and that's bringing Breno into play. There's only 7/10 off his battle, so Pure Gold still holding on to P4. We've got Osric now up to P5, Schmidt in P6, and Breno now behind Schmitty, very close between the 4 of them now. There's a 4-car train, effectively Pure Gold is now holding up right now as the top 3. And now starting to spread out a little bit. The gap is now between 2 seconds between top 3, so this is probably the closest battle we're going to get. As Aussie Rick is about to overtake Pure Gold for P4, goes around the outside, gets the move done, he gets up to P4. Pure Gold drops down to P5, and we got Schmidt now into P6.
Breno's within DRS range now, so it is a 4-way battle for P4.
4-way battle for P4.
The top 3. Anything that happen between them, yeah, as you said before, it's starting to spread out.
Yeah, it's starting to spread out. Gaps now within 2 seconds. So it looks like that's probably going to be your top 3, unless Toddy has a say potentially, because he's the closest of the 3 between Zach. But at the moment, yeah, we got Pyogo trying to fight back on Aussie Rick. Aussie Rick just going a bit compromised in the exit. Pyogo has to go on the inside, gets down. He's going to be a little bit swamped because Schmitty is there or thereabouts. Schmitty goes on the inside of Aussie Rick, so to say, and gets the move done more or less. He does, goes around the outside of left field, but Pyogo up to P4. Schmitty going around the outside, still holding around the outside, and doesn't get the move done. He doesn't get the move done, actually. That's surprising because he had him all over him, but he didn't get the move done. Pyogo still now inherits P4. Aussie Rick holding on despite being compromised. The exit of the loop there coming to line straight.
Wonder if Aussie will come back on the hanger straight now. As Gilbert touches the grass on the inside of the chapel. Can he get a move done into... Sorry, he can't. He's sick behind it. Only 2/10 separated. As Smeg pits once again. On lap 24, you may be going for the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, it's still more up to. It's still with 8/10. Still within DRS range. Walkway starting to drop that DRS zone. So he's looking like he's going to be 3rd place. Pure Gold still causing a 4-car train. Get by on his own with Alcatraz in 8th and 9th at the moment. So as they're having like a mini battle as well as Pie and Alcatraz going side by side, having a nice little battle here for 8th and 9th.
Tao pits again as well, he retires.
Yeah, so Tao does retire from the pit lane. I don't know what happened to him in the race, but at the moment Alcatraz going around the outside of Banana Kick Pie, and Alcatraz seems to get the move done. Does he go side by side but gets the kind of a compromised line coming in the exit at the corner, so it kind of loses momentum. The Pie still holds on for that position at the moment. So Pie 8th, Alcatraz in 9th. There's another myriad battle as Aussie Rick goes off the track. We mentioned that compromised Schmitty. Schmitty goes around the inside, the outside of the, turning into the inside now, true stuff. Schmitty takes up to P5. Pure Gold still holding his train up as he's still in P4. Schmitty now back up to P5 again. Well, he lost a few laps ago. Aussie Rick trying to fight back, but can't seem to get it done. Breno is there or thereabouts, just watching all of this unfold. Pure Gold still into P4 as we are on the penultimate lap. Zach is still leading the race, but Toddy is still doing everything he can at the moment. Zach is kind of under pressure right now from Toddy. Toddy is still the fastest two drivers, so could potentially win the Grand Prix on the last lap. We'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, it's all happening up and down the field between Pure Gold, Schmitty, Aussie Rick, Breno, and then the top 2.
So I don't think there'll be... Breno is right there. I don't think he's close enough. It looked like Aussie went a little bit wide coming into left field. But he'll keep his position. Everyone's within what 3-4 tenths of each other, so it'll be all battling down in through the hanger straight into Stowe. They wanted to get through Max and Beckett's very cleanly. Looks like they all do.
They all do. So we head into the final lap of the race, and Zach is looking like he's hanging on for a win, unless Toddy has a say about it, because he's the fastest of the 3 drivers at the moment. Excuse me. Pure Gold up into P4 moment, and looking like he still could finish somewhere in 7th, providing the others didn't have any penalties, but Pure Gold still holding on to that P4. Toddy gets a fantastic run, coming the exit of the loop there, coming into the thing. Zach has to go defensive, he has to. Zach is about to probably lose the lead here at the Grand Prix, but Toddy trying to go around the outside, holds it. Zach dives on the inside. Toddy still has the grip to hold on to the inside of the left field there.
Does he get it done?
But I don't think he can get it done, but he has the ERS, so he can probably just get it done in the hanger straight. He doesn't need to fight here necessarily. But Zach still holds on, but is under pressure from Toddy at the moment, as Toddy knows that, and this is allowing Walkboy now all of a sudden coming into play here as well. So Toddy has to be careful here if he wants to get this move done. Zach is doing everything he can to save any ERS he can, just so he can save it, but I don't think he can do that. He gets a great run, but I think it's all in vain. Toddy has all the ERS, everything he got. Can he take the lead through the exit of Stowe? Toddy goes around the outside. He holds it. Spitz lost it. But Toddy takes the lead with 2 laps, 2 corners to go. Toddy takes the lead of the Grand Prix. And the exit of Stowe. And Zach tries to fight back. Zach's trying to fight back, but doesn't make him stick. And Walkboy going to take it. Todster wins the British Grand Prix. Walkboy takes second. Zach drops down to P3 after holding it for the dying laps. Pure Gold into P4, looks like it, but penalties might come up. We don't know what happened. I didn't really look at what happened to Schmidt, but Schmidt, as you mentioned, did lose it. Pure Gold takes P4, but might have dropped down. Nope. Pure Gold takes P4. Breno takes P4. So Breno finishes 4th after all that. Banana Kick Pie will now finish coming across the line in 7th place. Schmidt, after all of that, gets down to 8th place. But Todster wins the British Grand Prix from Walkboy. Zach in P3. What an end.
What a great end to the race. Schmidt into Cup. I think Schmidt was in the little tap between the two, and little half spin to the little ended up in the wall. So I just caught it. Yeah. If you to. Oh no, you're still waiting on James.
And James is the last person. About to finish 16th.
Finishes once again.
He finishes once again. And he wasn't a lap down. I don't think he was a lap down, was he? Or was he? But
he was 1 lap down, yeah. Bottom 3. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah, James finishing 16th, but yeah, what a win for Toddy, that winning the race in Britain on the dying laps, last corner, last few corners, getting the move done. Zach doing everything he can to hold on as much as he could, but it was all pretty much in vain as Toddy steals the win at Silverstone. So there we have it. Here's the results. Toddy wins the British Grand Prix from Walkboy in P2, Zach in P3. Brenner ending up P4 after penalties being applied. Pure Gold finishing P5 there. Aussie Rick P6. Banana Kick Pie in 7th place. Can't do crap. Actually Smith in the P8. Can't do crap in P9. Bodhood rounding out the top 10. And then we've got Galas, Blocky, Alcatraz, Smeg, Semi-Pro, James, finishing off the finishing runners. And then for DNFs we've got the very lazy top. So you're going to see Aaron, who effectively was leading the race at one point, and Reedy to finish off the top 2 drivers. drivers that were racing here today. But yeah, who was your driver of the day?
I said as he could have done it, but I think Zach has to be from P15. Brought it all the way up. Podium slot, almost got the win. Just got stolen from him on the final sector. But yeah.
Yeah, you can't really discredit Zach for that one. You could also mention like Charlotte can't do crap started last on the grid from retiring and ended up 9th as well. You could also say Blanky Pie did really well, but yeah, Zach I would say as well did really well to get up to the lead on the correct strategy that were no safety cars, which helped him a lot, and yeah, that brought him into play. Yeah, it was a great race, and yeah, that was a good one to commentate.
Next week we have Belgium, which is the last round for DRS. We will move on to the D&E channel after that. Blue will be continuing, green will be suspended after that. So yeah, after Belgium next week, go to the Dynamic Knights Esports YouTube channel, and yeah. So anything else to say, Dougie? Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I can say. But yeah, it was congratulations to the top 3 between Toddy, Walkboy, and Zach. But yeah, it was a good race, and yeah, we'll probably be moving to D&E, I think, in next week or the week after.
Yes.
Where everything will be changed up, and a few changes will happen with this league. So stay tuned. We'll hopefully see you then.
Thanks everyone for watching. Yeah, see you next week.